Indonesia is an archipelago of over 18,000 islands, making it the largest island nation on Earth. Among these islands, Bali stands out as the most famous and unforgettable. It often comes to mind when people think of Indonesia. Located about 1,000 kilometers from the bustling capital of Jakarta, similar to the distance from Los Angeles to San Francisco, Bali is surrounded by Java to the west, known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant capital, and Lombok to the east, famous for its pristine beaches and serene landscapes. Bali covers an area of 5,780 square km, about the size of Delaware, or roughly 9 times the size of New York City. The island's shape is often compared to a chicken with its beak pointing towards the Indian Ocean, but many also liken it to a fish swimming in the sea. Interestingly, Bali is not just an island, but a province comprising a total of 4 islands. Despite its relatively small size, Bali has a population of about 3 million people, similar to that of Bulgaria, giving the island a vibrant and bustling atmosphere. Indonesia is a linguistic treasure trove, home to over 700 different languages. Yes, 700. This makes it the second most linguistically diverse country in the world, only after Papua New Guinea. While no one can know all these languages, most Indonesians communicate in Bahasa Indonesia, the country's official language. Besides Bahasa Indonesia, they speak Bahasa Bali, the traditional language of the Balinese people, and many can also communicate fluently in English, making it easier for tourists to connect. However, you might also hear more languages like French, German, or others from tourists visiting the island. Indeed, when mentioning Indonesia, Bali is the first place that comes to mind. In fact, 50% of tourists visiting Indonesia come to experience life in Bali. So, what is it about this island that captures people's attention, unlike the other 17,999 islands? If you want to know, comment below and we'll share it with you. Otherwise, watch until the end of the documentary for the answer. Strolling through the streets of Denpasar, you'll be immediately captivated by the natural beauty of Balinese women. Their radiant smiles light up their sun-kissed faces, exuding a natural charm that is both genuine and timeless. Many wear vibrant sarongs and kabas adorned with simple yet elegant patterns inspired by nature, leaves, flowers, or geometric designs. Unlike the bold fashion statements of Danish women or the luxury brands often seen on Italians, Balinese women charm with their simple elegance and grace. When you pass by local women here, they will clasp their hands in front of them, bow slightly, and say Om Swastiastu, a sincere wish of peace and goodwill for you. Respond to this gesture with a smile and a bow, and repeat the action as they do. Even a small gesture shows the warmth and hospitality of the locals, making you feel truly welcome. The streets here are always bustling and can be said to be congested at any time. Even if it's not rush hour, you'll see many motorcycles and bicycles as the main modes of transportation for the locals. One of the things that surprises tourists is how people can ride so naturally amidst the crowded traffic without feeling rushed or annoyed. The reason is that the locals are accustomed to the traffic and they know how to interact with each other on the road. If you're looking for the liveliest part of Denpasar, just walk a little further where the bustling crowds never stop. In fact, people here get up to the market very early, possibly even before the sun rises. However, these markets are always bustling with people from morning until late afternoon. In the markets of Denpasar or anywhere else, you'll easily spot colorful floral offerings called kanang sari, placed at street corners and outside shops. This is part of the daily tradition of the Balinese people. However, sometimes tourists accidentally step on them, knock them over, or cause them to scatter everywhere. Although the locals are gentle and friendly, they quietly replace the offerings without showing any attitude towards the tourists. However, if you visit here, you should be a little careful not to accidentally knock over these offerings to keep the streets dignified and beautiful. At Pasar Badong Market, endless rows of stalls are full of life. Piles of vibrant tropical fruits, mangoes, pineapples, and bright pink dragon fruits are stacked high, their colors almost glowing in the sunlight. Nearby, bags of spices, turmeric, cloves, and cinnamon amid a rich aroma waft through the air, mingling with the scent of sizzling street food. What sets this market apart is its soul. The people, Balinese women in traditional kabas, sit serenely behind their stalls, weaving offerings from some palm leaves or arranging marigold petals with skilled hands. Vendors greet you with warm smiles and beckon you with a mix of broken English and enthusiastic gestures, eager to share the stories behind their handcrafted wooden statues or intricately dyed boutique fabrics. These items can be used as souvenirs, and they're quite affordable, ranging from $2 to $5. However, you'll notice that locals here will haggle to get even lower prices. Here, bargaining is not just a transaction, it's a cultural tradition. Vendors are accustomed to lively negotiations, and while they enjoy the back and forth, there's always a bit of humor and fun. Tourists are welcome to join in and are often expected to haggle a bit. However, it's important to maintain a friendly attitude and not be too pushy. A genuine smile and a respectful approach go a long way. You can also buy 2 items and haggle for a slight discount, but this is just a way to immerse yourself in the local culture and not something to use long-term, since most items here are already low cost. The food stalls are attractions in their own right, bustling with activity as skilled cooks prepare local delicacies. You might see a vendor tossing nasi goreng, fried rice, in a smoky wok, or arranging skewers of satay. Over a blazing fire, the sweetness of fried bananas and the rich spices of Balin's roast pork fill the air, tempting you to stop and savor the flavors of this culinary paradise. They may invite you enthusiastically. Whether you buy or not doesn't matter to them, but each bite is like an invitation into the heart of the island's tradition. You can also buy to experience these fresh dishes, and they only cost $1. Quite cheap, right? In fact, if you use USD when visiting Bali, you'll think your $1 can buy a lot more than just a bottle of water in the United States. Locals here use the Indonesian rupiah. $1 currently equals about 15,700 to 16,000 Indonesian rupiah. And with just $1 here, you can buy a lot, like a meal, for example. Not only that, but you can also buy many things in this place. If you're curious about what $1 can buy in Bali, don't hesitate to leave a comment. We'll reveal to you some extremely interesting items that you won't believe you can get for just $1. Amidst the bustling streets of Denpasar, you'll often see locals gathering together. Lively and full of energy, they're playing Sak Takraw, a thrilling game where players use a woven rattan ball, skillfully maneuvering it with their feet to perform spectacular kicks right in the middle of the crowded street. These matches draw enthusiastic crowds, filling the air with cheers and applause. Even local women join in the excitement, eagerly cheering for the teams and contributing to the vibrant atmosphere. In such an energetic atmosphere, however, in a bustling market, while you're watching life unfold, someone else might be eyeing your bag. A little caution will ensure your experience remains enjoyable and worry-free. After all, attention allows you to fully immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of Balinese culture, savoring every moment of this captivating journey in Bali. On most days, It's a bustling hub of activity, crowded with tourists from all over the world. But there will be a day when you come here and you'll realize that nothing is happening and no one is open. That's the Balinese Day of Silence. The streets are eerily quiet, with no lights on and fires unlit. Work, travel, and entertainment come to a halt as Balinese Hindus spend 24 hours reflecting, meditating, and cleansing their souls. It's a surreal experience where even the busiest places on the island seem to hold their breath, creating an almost magical silence. But don't be fooled into thinking Bali is always this quiet. In the days leading up to Nyepi, the island is anything but silent. 2 days before the Day of Silence, the lively Pengrupukan festival begins. This is the loudest and most thrilling part of the Hindu New Year celebration, featuring the famous Ogo Ogo parade. In this vibrant event, giant colorful papier-mâché effigies are paraded through the streets. These statues are meticulously crafted by local communities and are both awe-inspiring and bizarre. Accompanied by traditional music and lively Balinese dances, the parade is a spectacle to behold. Feast for the senses. Beautifully dressed, Balinese women join the procession, their elegant kabas and radiant smiles adding grace to the chaotic celebration. After Bali's Day of Silence, there's a lively tradition called Omed Omedan, known as the Festival of Affection. In this unique celebration, groups of young men and women gather in pairs. Each group picks a leader who steps forward, and when these two meet, they're encouraged to exchange a friendly embrace, symbolizing affection and unity. As they linger, friends cheer and playfully try to pull them apart. And if that doesn't work, organizers splash water as a light-hearted signal to separate. This quirky and joyous ritual fascinates visitors who love catching a glimpse of Bali's playful side. Would you like to participate in this special festival with your companions or as a local? If so, comment 5. If not, comment 9. We'll introduce you to a more gentle festival, but with more beautiful girls. Not only surrounded by the sea with interesting festivals, but Bali also boasts an abundance of beaches to entice tourists to experience the island. Sinur Beach, just 6 kilometers from Bali's capital, Denpasar, is a tropical paradise renowned for its pristine white sands and tranquil atmosphere. Once a humble fishing village surrounded by swaying coconut trees, Sinur became an artist haven in the 1930s. Belgian painter Lour Deprez was one of the first to settle here, captivated by the serene beauty that inspired many of his later works. Today, visitors can stroll along. The same shores that once enchanted the artist are imbued with a palpable sense of history and creativity. Not far from Sinur Nusadua Beach stretches for about 5 kilometers, distinguished by its white sands and clear waters. When the tide recedes, coral reefs spanning over 2.5 square kilometers are revealed. In fact, the coral in Bali can be ranked among the world's best, with Bali's total coral being comparable to that of the Caribbean. This creates a magical underwater scene. Here you can easily spot locals engaging in beach activities like traditional boat rides or beach volleyball. Annually, about 1-2 million visitors come to Nadua to enjoy the scenery and participate in these activities. Graceful Balinese girls in traditional attire often join in, creating a lively and authentic scene. In contrast to the white sandy beaches, there are mysterious-looking black sand beaches. Ahmed Beach, located along Bali's eastern coast, is not just a scenic getaway, but a paradise for snorkeling and scuba diving enthusiasts. The striking black sands here lead to vibrant, lively coral reefs, where you'll encounter colorful fish darting among the corals and even explore a few shipwrecks waiting just below the surface. For thrill seekers, Bali's beaches offer exhilarating surfing experiences. Imagine riding the turquoise waves, cheered on by spectators lounging on the shore. Nearby, groups of locals and tourists gather for impromptu dances or try stand-up paddleboarding. It's not uncommon to see elegant women balancing. Trays of fresh coconuts offer beachgoers refreshing drinks, and vendors often strike up friendly conversations with tourists, sharing tips on the best seafood spots in town. This happens not only during the day, but also on the island of Bali when the sun sets. Every evening, the island becomes much more lively. As the sun sets, Kuta transforms into Bali's nightlife capital, buzzing with energy and offering a completely different allure from the tranquil beaches of Sanur or Nusa Dua. As darkness envelops the island, Kuta's streets light up with neon signs, pulsating music, and an infectious sense of fun. This area becomes a playground for night owls, with something for every taste. Whether you're looking for a lively dance floor or a relaxed beachfront bar, start your evening with a stroll along Kuta Beach. Here, fire dancers perform mesmerizing routines against the backdrop of crashing waves. Locals and tourists mingle effortlessly, with laughter and conversation filling the air. Young Balinese girls, dressed in fashionable attire, often blend into the crowd, adding elegance to the vibrant scene. They sometimes strike up friendly conversations with curious visitors about their culture. As you move into the heart of Kuta, the streets come alive with music pouring from lively bars and clubs. Legendary venues like Sky Garden and Engine Room draw crowds with rooftop views, live DJs, and irresistible drink specials. It's common to see tourists letting loose on the dance floor and locals showcasing their moves with ease. The energy is palpable. The electric rhythm of the music seems to sync with the city's heartbeat. For a more relaxed atmosphere, Kuta offers beachfront lounges where you can sink into bean bags under twinkling lights, sip on a fresh cocktail like a bee-inspired mojito, while listening to acoustic performances. Both locals and tourists gather here to unwind, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. It's also the perfect spot to make new friends, with groups often coming together to share stories over a cold bintang, a local beer. If you haven't found these activities interesting, comment with the number 10. We'll suggest even more exciting places and introduce you to more attractive women. Bali is undoubtedly a fantastic destination, but it does come with some natural risks that travelers should be aware of. Mischievous monkeys may snatch items and sometimes bite or scratch. Some beaches have jellyfish or other marine creatures that can sting, and mosquitoes can carry dengue fever. Additionally, Bali is in an area prone to volcanic activity and earthquakes. As such, purchasing travel insurance is a wise choice to ensure peace of mind during your trip. When it comes to healthcare, Bali boasts a well-developed system with international hospitals like BMC Hospital in CA and NAD Dua or Salom Hospital in CA. These facilities cater to both tourists and locals with high-quality services, modern equipment, and English-speaking staff. Though the costs can be high, for example, a basic consultation at BMC ranges from $50 to a general checkup costs $100 to $120. However, local hospitals like Sangla Hospital and Denpasar offer lower fees, around $15 to $30 per basic visit. Although the amenities may be more limited, these costs are still significantly cheaper compared to the US, where basic consultations can range from $200 to $300. Medical insurance in Bali is also quite affordable, with plans ranging from $2 to $50 per week or $100 to $150 per month for premium packages. If you're also interested in education, Bali provides various options suitable for international Families, schools like Bali Island School and Green School Bali offer high-quality curricula, modern facilities, international teachers, and creative learning environments. Tuition fees range from $10,000 to $20,000 per year, significantly cheaper than similar schools in the US, UK, or Singapore, where fees can go up to $40,000 annually. Public schools in Bali are even more affordable, costing just $300 to $1,000 per year, though they might not meet the standard some expatriates expect. With reasonable tuition and excellent learning environments, Bali is an excellent choice for families on long vacations or those considering permanent relocation. Finally, let's talk about living costs in Bali. Whether you're planning a vacation or long-term residency, the cost of living here is relatively low compared to many developed countries. Monthly rent can vary widely depending on location and type of accommodation. A small apartment outside tourist hubs might cost $200 to $400 per month, while luxurious villas or high-end apartments in hotspots like Simyak, Canggu, or Ubud range from $400 to $600. Homestays or shared houses are even more budget-friendly at just $100 to $200 per month. Dining out in Bali is also affordable. Local eateries offer meals for just $2 to $5, while upscale restaurants might charge $1 to $20 per person. Cooking at home is even cheaper, with weekly groceries costing $30 to $50 for basic essentials like vegetables, meat, rice, and spices. Utility bills for electricity and water range from $30 to $70 per month, and high-speed internet costs about $2 to $40 monthly. Bali's appeal lies in its incredible value for money. For instance, private clinics charge around $20 per visit, and comprehensive insurance plans are only $50 to $100 monthly. Recreational activities are equally affordable. Daily yoga classes for $8, relaxing Balinese massages for $10, or watching a stunning sunset while sipping fresh coconut water for just a few dollars. For expatriates, the total monthly cost of living in Bali ranges from $600 to $800. For tourists, a one-week stay might cost $200 to $350, which is still relatively inexpensive in comparison. Renting an apartment in New York City costs around $2,000. Dining at a Michelin-star restaurant in Paris could set you back $600 per person, and monthly expenses in Singapore can reach $1,500 to $1,800. Bali's costs are only about 50% of those in other Asian countries, making it a dream destination not only for tourists, but also for those looking for a more affordable lifestyle. Travelers, but also for long-term residents, are seeking affordable living. So, do you think Bali is the right place for your next vacation or permanent move? If yes, comment with the number 1. If not, comment with the number 0, and we'll suggest another low-cost destination for you. Thank you for your feedback. If you're genuinely interested in Bali and want to visit, comment with the number 7, and we'll share visa requirements and travel tips for your trip. This concludes our travel documentary about Bali. Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this video helpful, please like and comment to let us know. If there's anything you think we can improve, share your feedback so we can do better. See you on our next journey around the world.